Hey, it's lovely to see you. I really hope you're well and that you've had a good week and you've been looking after yourself. Thank you for tuning in. This week's vlog is all about my winter cruising plans. I am a continuous cruiser, so we don't moor our boat over winter, we just keep on going. But before I share that with you, I want to show you the Northampton flight, because on the vlog last week I was going up the 17 locks. So after I'd moored my boat, the next day I went to take a closer look. By the cottage, Zephyr found a puppy that had escaped. Over here. I wonder what happened. Might have to investigate that. And then on the way back, I think that dog's got out again. I've just seen it on the path. The puppy was reunited with its owner. Which way were we going to go? Right, so we are at Junction and we now are going to make a turn at that junction, but where are we going to go? So I'm going to try to get a bit technical here, and whenever I try and get technical it always goes wrong. So I'm going to be pointing and hoping that maps appear. So first of all, we're on the Grand Union Junction and we are going to turn towards Braunston. And once we get to Braunston, I really hope there's a map that's going to be there. Once we get to Braunston, we are going to head north and we are going on the North Oxford Canal all the way to a junction, which will then take us to the Coventry Canal. And once on the Coventry Canal, we are going to go to the basin. And that is what I'm going to tell you so far. And then you can join me on this cruise. Please join me on this cruise, because you can see where I go after the Coventry Basin. Now, some of the things you have to take into consideration when you're winter cruising are the winter stoppages. So there is a website which will help you identify where the winter stoppages are going to go. It's the Canal River Trust winter stoppages information, and then you can see whether or not that's going to affect you. Well, I've checked all the winter stoppages information, and where we are going so far there isn't going to be any problems, or there aren't going to be any problems. So I really hope you'll join me. But before I left Junction, I had to have a little explore, a little nosy around the woodlands in that area. So I'm sitting under a hazel tree, and normally when you look on the ground of a hazel tree this time of year, you'll find brown nuts, but they are already eaten by squirrels and sometimes the wood mice if you're lucky enough to find one with a little wood mouse hole. So I have just found though one that's not eaten. Look at that! I've never foraged and eaten a hazelnut before. I've only ever bought hazelnuts. So I'm going to try that later. But just look at this really lovely dinner plate, or finished dinner plate, of the mammals in the woodland. Look. Eaten. Eaten, nibbled. Look carefully, see if there's another one that might be not nibbled. Oh. Nibbled. You see, that is a leaf miner. That's the trail of the leaf miner. Look at that pattern. It's just one of my absolute favourite things to do, is to come from Walker's Effort and find a little clump of trees and just explore around them. I just love it. You love it. You'd rather be running around out there, wouldn't you? We'll do that in a minute. It just really fell over. So I have just found, just here, this is wild radish. And wild radish is edible. And all parts of the wild radish are edible, apparently. So they have 4 petals, and they have veined petals, so you can see the veins in the petals. So I carried the hazelnut around with me in my pocket, and I have been carrying it in my pocket ever since, waiting for this moment. So I've got nutcrackers and I've got a glass of water. And if you watch now, I'm going to try and move the camera so you can see what I'm about to do. Okay. So I want to be really careful with this, to try to get into the, I'm really bad with nutcrackers. I want to be really gentle to see if I can get into the actual hazelnut. Oh, I just flicked it. Oh no. Apparently, if you put it in water and it sinks, then it's likely to be a good nut for germination. If it floats, then it's not going to be a good nut for germination. Holding the glass of water, and we want it to sink. Look. Perfect. So that's planted. So hopefully that will start to germinate, so you can see what I do with it in the springtime if it has germinated. So now it's time to sit back, relax and enjoy a mindful cruise. And this is actually the cruise where we turned right at Gayton Junction and started heading towards Braunston. Look after yourself, take care, and please come and join me next week. Bye! The nut in its husk in a pocket of a jacket that keeps out the cold, past leaves auric amber on water of a canal that carries its gold. One day this nut in the pocket in its catkin robes will stand tall in the earth near a towpath by the water, keeping small stomachs full.